We welcome you to Boshemer Gymnasium in Brevard, North Carolina for some midweek volleyball action in the USA South Conference. It's Pfeiffer visiting the home team, the Brevard College Tornadoes. Ryan Wilkes taking through all your coverage tonight as you can for every home game. We're streamed live and free on YouTube. We do appreciate you listening and watching this evening. It should be a fun one between these two teams. Brevard has taken the last two matchups against Pfeiffer, but it's a 6-6 all-time series between the two teams, and we'll see who can pull ahead in the all-time series tonight. Brevard comes in at 3-11, 1-2 in the USA South Conference. Pfeiffer at 5-9, 2-3 in the USA South. Last time out, Brevard fell to Greensboro here at home, and last time for Pfeiffer was a win over Bob Jones, so the Falcons were able to take down Bob Jones. Brevard did fall here at the Bosch against the Bob Jones Bruins as we're just about ready to go tonight. For the Tornadoes, it's Emma Fontana out there with Caroline Moon, Milana Hoyle, Jackson Tamicki, Abigail Kelly, Izzy Boulay, and Lily White, the libero, will get ready to come in as well. For Pfeiffer, out on the floor, it's Molly Wright, number 1. Number 8, the libero, Gabby Edwards. Number 22, Hayden McGrath, number 16 tonight. For the Falcons is going to come in at some point. She's been one of the more productive players for Pfeiffer so far this year. Carmen Ryan will send away the first serve for the Falcons, wearing the off-color gray uniforms with the black numbers and the yellow lettering on the front and the back with a yellow stripe down the side. Ryan to serve to tee us off. It goes front row to Tamicki, back row Lily White. She pokes it towards Moon, who has to roll it over. Ryan at the net, sets up near side, a big swing, nice dig on the back row by Moon. Play at the net, kept alive by the Tornadoes. Near side, Abigail Kelly, nice dig by Gabby Edwards. Now near side, a big swing for Gabby Gamma. And it's kept alive for Brevard. Nice first point here between the Falcons and the Tornadoes. And now a swing from Moon. Goes off the hands of a Falcon on the back row. Point Brevard, and it's 1-0 here in the first set. Kill for Caroline Moon, and now Abigail Kelly, the freshman from Portland, Texas, will head back to serve for Brevard. She sends a serve over the right hand. It goes back row. Now Carmen Ryan in the middle. Rolled over by Gabby Edwards. Near the net, it's Tamicki. She's set up now near side. Hoyle, a big swing. And Wright's there with a dig on the back row. Now near side, Gamma tries to go far sideline. It's out of play. Point Tornadoes, and it's an early 2-0 lead for Brevard. Not a bad idea by Gamma there to try and go cross court. Just couldn't find the sideline, and Brevard keeps the serve. Kelly sends it into the net this time. Point Falcons, and it's 2-1. Now checking in, just mention her name, Honesty Favasi will check in as Gabby Gamma will serve. With Brevard leading 2-1 here in the early going. Back row for Lily White. Boulay sets up at the net for Tamicki. A huge swing, but Gamma's there with the dig on the back row. It's rolled over by Faith Miller. As Boulay sets up far side for Moon, goes off the hands of the middle blockers, but kept alive. Now Ryan near side, Favasi tries to swing. Fontana's there, play at the net. Still kept alive by Boulay. Now Moon far side, she's denied. And it's kept alive on the far sideline. Moon rolls over the free ball. Ryan sets up far side. A swing goes off the hands of the Tornadoes. Hayden McGrath with the kill, and it's evened up at 2. Nice play by McGrath. Couple lengthy points to start this contest. And we find ourselves even at 2, 4 points into tonight's action. Gamma with the serve again for the Pfeiffer Falcons. She puts it over to Lily White on the back row. Now Abigail Kelly. Far side, Caroline Moon rolls it over the middle. Blockers, goes off a couple hands. Now play at the net. It's going to be 4 hits on the Falcons side. Point Brevard. Nice placement by Moon there as Fontana will check back in for Jackson Tamicki. And Lily White, a little bit of a serve specialist on this team. She leads the team in service aces, 21 on the season. Tees up the serve for Brevard. It's kept alive in the middle. Now play at the net. Dumped down by Emma Fontana. Point Brevard. Good serve from White led to an easy point at the net for Fontana. And it's 4-2 Brevard. White, the libero, to serve again for the Brevard College Tornadoes, leading by 2 early on in the first set. Gamma rolls to Favisi far side, and it's into the net. Point Brevard. Favisi had a play on that one, just went off the palm of her hand into the net. And Brevard's taken 5 of the first 7 points tonight to build an early 3-point lead. Lily White again to serve for Brevard. A short serve. Gamma's there. As now Ryan puts it towards Favasi on the near side, kept alive by the Tornadoes. Boulay far side, Caroline Moon rolls it over the top of the middle blockers. As Ryan sets up far side, next play there to just put enough on it by Hayden McGrath. And the middle blockers caught off guard. Point Falcons. Checking back in for the Falcons, number 26, Madison Tate. She grabs Faith Miller. As Gabby Edwards will serve with the Tornadoes leading 5-3. Good serve as Kelly got a hand on it. It goes over the net. Ryan in the middle, a big swing down the near side, and it finds the sideline. Madison Tate, early impact off the bench, and the Falcons are within 1. 5-4 your score. Again, thanks for tuning in tonight. Whether you're a Falcon or a Tornado, we do appreciate it as Edwards puts the serve to the back row in on the hands of Kelly. Now near side Hoyle, she's denied at the net. And I believe it'll be a violation on Brevard. Maybe just an attacking error on Milana Hoyle nonetheless. We're evened up at 5. Second tie score this first set. We're only 10 points in. As Edwards will tee up the serve with the right hand. Sends it back row for Kelly. And it goes off the hands of Lily White and down. Point Falcons, a service ace for Gabby Edwards. And the Falcons have their first lead of the first set. Really nice by Edwards there. She's gone to Kelly a couple times on the serve. That time Abigail just not able to handle it. As Edwards will serve again. Goes right back to Abigail Kelly. Now a play at the net. And it's put down for a point by Madison Tate as it rockets off the hands of Abigail Kelly. And a pretty easy point there for Madison Tate. 7-5 Falcons. Take a 2-point lead here in set number 1. Edwards serve this time, goes in the net, maybe a break for Brevard as Edwards had hit her stride with the serve. And it's 7-6 as Milana Hoyle will check out. Checking in is number 15, Madison Warren. The freshman out of Florence, South Carolina. She has 9 service aces on the season and is going to try to even this thing back up at 7. Goes back row to Gamma. Ryan near side of Favasi. She rolls it over the top of the middle blockers. Now Warren sets up Elise McIntosh. Now Kelly on the back row. Ryan tries to dump. Lily White was there with the dig. Kelly racing after her. Now Moon far side. Pokes it towards the back row. Ryan far side, a swing by Hayden McGrath. Brevard able to keep it alive and keep the point going, but Tate in the middle puts it down and scores. Madison Tate, 3 kills already off the bench, and she's over 600 career kills at 601. With 3 kills here tonight, the Falcons lead 8-6. Kelsey Hussey checks in to serve for the Falcons with a 2-point edge as it goes back row to Abigail Kelly again. Now Lily White to Caroline Moon, who tries to get it over the top of the net, and she does by just a little bit. Gamma on the back row towards Kelly. Now Warren sets up in the middle for Fontana, who sticks in the net. Point Falcons, and it's 9-6. Brevard had the momentum early on. If you remember back to those contests that we had in non-conference play against Johnson and Bob Jones, the Tornadoes fell behind early, but were able to pull it back in. Moon now near side. She's blocked in the net, but is kept alive by the Tornadoes. Edwards, far side, a swing by Abby Lewis, who just checked in. Now McIntosh, far side. Favasi able to keep it alive. Now Favasi tries to go back row to Kelly. She's right there. Warren tries to dump. Beautifully done. She scores. Right in between Gabby Edwards and Kelsey Hussey. And Brevard's back on the board. It's 9-7. Really nicely done by Warren. She didn't see all that much time early on this season, but she's kind of come on here in the middle part of the year. Set up in the middle, Tate tries again, and she finds the far sideline. Point Falcons. Another kill for Madison Tate. As Molly Wright checks back in to serve. Honesty Favasi checks out for the Falcons. Right serve goes back row to Kelly. Now Warren sets up Kelly far side. Nice dig on the back row by Wright. Kept alive by Lewis. Now Warren sets up in the middle, Fontana. Near side a swing for Gamma. She's denied, but is kept alive. Tate able to poke it over, and White, nice awareness to get back to it. Kelly a far side swing. Now all the way back over to Gamma. She just has to poke over the free ball. Now Warren sets up Fontana in the middle. Nice dig by Hussey. Far side for Lewis. Warren is there. Nice point here between these two squads. Kelly denied the net, but it finds the far sideline. Point Falcons. A block for Pfeiffer, and it's 11-7, the largest lead of the evening for the Pfeiffer Falcons. Right to serve again for Pfeiffer. She sends it to Abigail Kelly. Now Warren for Fontana. She's denied. Warren keeps it alive. A nice dig, but Kelly sticks it in the net. Point Pfeiffer, and it's 12-7. Looks like Abby Pardee will burn a timeout. Brevard had the lead early in this first set, but the momentum has since swung the way of the Falcons. 12-7 as we take a quick 45-second break. We'll be right back on the other side.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
We welcome you back to Boshamer Gymnasium. It's since the early run for the Tornadoes, it's really been all Falcons in the early going. 12-7 to Pfeiffer in this first set. Again, thanks for tuning in this evening. Brevard and Pfeiffer looking to get another one in the USA South. Brevard got its first just a couple weeks ago against Mary Baldwin, but has dropped 2 contests to Methodist and Greensboro here at home. As Wright again tees up the serve, and it finds the back line. Point Falcons. Looks like a little bit of a miscommunication between Kelly and White. Couldn't tell if they miscommunicated that or if it was, or they thought it was going out. Nonetheless, Point Pfeiffer, it's a 6-point edge for the Falcons. Wright with the serve again, a short serve. White's there to retrieve, but it's a play at the net. Kelly pokes it over and scores. Nice job by the freshman Abigail Kelly. A little bit of an awkward point there as White checks out, Fontana back in for the Tornadoes, and it's a 5-point lead for the Pfeiffer University Falcons. Gamma sets up near side. A swing for Gabby Gamma. Now Fontana to Mickey, rolls it over. Set up at the net by Hussey, and it's put down and scored once again by Madison Tate. And it's a 14-8 advantage. Tate will head back and serve. She's had a really nice first set. As Faith Miller will check back in, the libero Gabby Edwards heads to the bench. Set up in the net to Mickey, a huge swing. She finds some hardwood. Point Brevard. Jackson to Mickey, really powerful. As Izzy Boulay will check back in, as well as Milana Hoyle. Elise McIntosh heads to the bench along with Madison Warren. So Brevard gets a serve back. It's Izzy Boulay to serve. As she sends it over. Now far side set up for Abby Lewis. Boulay in the middle. Mickey rolls it over. Now Edwards pokes it towards the back row for Gamma. Boulay sets up Hoyle near side. A strong swing, but there on the dig was Kelsey Hussey. Far side, Lewis able to roll it over for the Falcons. Boulay tries a dump, and she finds a hardwood right over the Brevard College logo at mid-court. Point Brevard, and the Tornadoes back within 4. Izzy Boulay to serve again for the Tornadoes. She had 1,000 career assists this year, and she gets a little luck there. It rolls over the top of the net and falls to the hardwood. Service ace for Izzy Boulay, number 16 on the season. And Brevard cuts a deficit to 3. Boulay's serve. Back row for Edwards. Play at the net for Kelly. She dumps it down, but it's just out of play. Point Falcons. Carmen Ryan checks back in to serve as Kelsey Hussey heads to the bench. Ryan tees up the serve with the right hand. It goes into the net. Point Brevard. Brevard gets the serve back. It's Abigail Kelly to head back and serve for the Tornadoes. The Tornadoes trailing by 3 here at home. Ryan near side for Gamma. Boulay is there on the dig. Now White near side. Milana Hoyle tries to go far sideline. Ryan's there. Gabby Edwards now far side. Kelly rolls it towards the net for Caroline Moon. It rolls over the top of the middle blockers. A couple Falcons collide, but Gamma able to poke it over. Now in the middle to Mickey. Ryan's there, another play at the net. White able to keep it alive, and the Tornadoes just barely get it over there. Now far side McGrath. Kelly's there on the back row. Near side Hoyle, a strong swing by her. That back row has been so good with Wright getting the dig. White does the same for Brevard. Now far side for Caroline Moon. Gabby Edwards sets up McGrath. Kelly pokes it over on the dig. Now Boulay sets up to Mickey in the middle, trying to go near sideline, and couldn't find it. Point Falcons, a really nice point between these two teams. But it goes the way of the Falcons. And it's 16-12. Honesty Favasi checks back in as Molly Wright heads to the bench. Gabby Gamma to serve for the Falcons. The 4-point edge. Goes back row for White, a little awkward off the hands. Boulay has to retrieve it. Now Kelly, a nice swing on the back row. Now Favasi, she's denied at the net. She keeps it alive herself. Ryan far side for McGrath. Moon near the Brevard bench towards Hoyle. Kept alive, and the Tornadoes tipped it too many times at the net. And it looks like Ryan will get a kill for that. And it's 17-12 Falcons. I don't know if she will be rewarded the kill or if it'll be an error on the Tornadoes. Nonetheless, if you keep the ball in play, good things happen, and that was the case that time for Carmen Ryan. As Gamma sends over the serve, it hits Kelly in the shoulder, and it's a service ace for Gabby Gamma. Timeout Brevard, and it's 18-12 Falcons. We'll take a break with them and be right back as the Tornadoes look to claw back here in this first set.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
We welcome you back to Boshemer Gymnasium here on the campus of Brevard College. A rainy day outside, but it's nice and warm in here, and we have some good volleyball going on between the Falcons and the Tornadoes. It's been all Falcons so far. The Tornadoes came out to an early lead, and the Falcons have done everything they could to claw back and have been rewarded for doing that, leading 18-12 here in set number 1. Gabby Gamma back to serve once again for the Falcons. As it's sent back row for White. Boulay sets up to Mickey, too strong on the swing. And it's past the back line, point Falcons. Gamma keeps the serve for Pfeiffer, holding a 7-point lead, a commanding lead, especially late in the first set. Back row for Kelly. Boulay sets up Milana Hoyle near side. Nice job by the freshman Hoyle to just poke it over the top of the blockers and score. And she gets Brevard back within 6. Lily White will serve as Tamiki checks out. Abigail Kelly back in for Brevard. White serves with the right hand. Ryan sets up far side McGrath. White serves the dig. Now Boulay to Hoyle. Ryan sets up in the middle. It's kept alive by the Tornadoes. Now far side Caroline Moon. Edwards to Favasi. Boulay, far side Moon. A strong swing off the hands of Gamma. Point Tornadoes. We'll see what Brevard has on the back end in set number 1. Early on, it looked like Brevard had control of this set, but it was very early. And the Falcons have seized the momentum, but Brevard has the serve down 5. Lily White, back row for Favasi. Ryan, back to Favasi. She tries to go back row, but Kelly is there. Far side, Caroline Moon tries to go cross court and does so successfully. Point Brevard, a kill for Caroline Moon. She contorted her body in a really impressive swing to find the near sideline. And Brevard's back within 4. White to serve again for the Tornadoes. Sends it over with the right hand, and it's out of play. Point Falcons. Gabby Edwards will serve. The Falcons need 5 points to close out this first set inside the Bosch. As she sends it over with the right hand, goes back row for Kelly. Boulay, near side Hoyle, a strong swing, but the blockers calm it down for Gabby Edwards. Gamma tried the dump, and she does it as White takes a spill. Point Falcons. A nice job there by Gabby Gamma. She came up and she just controlled the ball and put it where she wanted to put it. And the Falcons lead 21-15. Edwards serve, back row for Kelly. Boulay pushes it far side Moon, a strong swing, but the back row there again, and Gamma. Favasi near side, goes back row off the hands of Kelly. White trying to get there, could not. Point Falcons as Favasi gets the kill. Honesty Favasi coming into tonight, 109 kills here in this season. As Moon far side goes off the hands of Ryan, kept alive by Gabby Edwards. Now Favasi tries to go back row, couldn't find it. Point Brevard. A couple of subs checking in for the Tornadoes. The freshman Elise McIntosh will check in. Madison Warren back in as well for Brevard. Down at 6. 22-16 here in the first set. Warren tees up the serve with the right hand. Goes back row for Gamma. Now Ryan towards Favasi near side. She tries to go near sideline. And she found it. Actually, they're going to call it out of play. A little bit conflicting signals there. The official in the far side corner put his flag down like it found the sideline, but it did not. Point Brevard, it's a 5-point lead for Pfeiffer. Warren keeps the serve as Ryan sends it to McGrath, far side. Kelly with a dig on the back row. Now Warren sets up in the middle for Fontana. And a great swing by Madison Tate. Over the shoulder, no look, and she scores. And the Falcons need 2 points to close out this first set. McGrath and Ryan check out in favor of Abby Lewis and Kelsey Hussey. Hussey will do the serving duties to try and close this set out. As Warren sets up near side Caroline Moon. She's blocked but is kept alive by Warren. White far side for McIntosh. Favasi with the dig. Now Fabasi near side, rolls it over the top towards Elise McIntosh. Warren tries to dump, but Edwards is there. Now Hussey near side for Fabasi. Off the hands of Warren and down. Point Falcons, and it's set point for the Pfeiffer Falcons here in set number 1. Hussey will serve as she sends it towards Kelly on the back row. Warren towards McIntosh, who has to roll over the free ball. Now Hussey far side for Lewis. Warren keeps it alive. Now White to Kelly. Kelly off the hands of Hussey, and Gamma couldn't get there. Point Tornadoes. Nice kill for Abigail Kelly to keep the set alive for now. It's 24-18 Pfeiffer. As the Falcons look to take the advantage here in the first set. Caroline Moon's serve goes to Hussey. And it's put down, point Falcons. And that will end the first set. Falcons win 25-18 in set number 1. It's a 1-0 set advantage for Pfeiffer as we take a break heading to set number 2. We'll be right back.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina Legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Welcome back to the Bosch as we get ready for this second set. Pfeiffer wins set 1, 25-18. While we wait on some stats, I want to take this time to remind you that all Brevard College home athletic events will be available to stream live on the YouTube free of charge. That's a pretty rare thing in college athletics. I think it's something really special that we do to give you viewers at home the free experience to watch all our games on your couch, wherever you may be listening or watching from. I do greatly appreciate it. So Pfeiffer leads 1-0 in sets against the Brevard College Tornadoes. Again, as I mentioned before this one begun, Brevard and Pfeiffer knotted up at 6 in the all-time series. Brevard's taken the last 2, but tonight Pfeiffer off to a good start. Last year at Pfeiffer, Tornadoes won 3-1. Jackson Tamicki led with 8 kills. Emma Fontana had 7. As did Caroline Moon, as Izzy Boulay is known to do. She had herself 37 assists. So we're ready to go here in set number 2 between the Tornadoes and the Falcons. Both teams dancing the Cotton Eye Joe here in the gym. That's one thing that you really notice about volleyball. No matter what the result is, the energy is always high, and it is here in the Bosch tonight. So the Tornadoes will start with the serve, I believe, as I think Pfeiffer started with it last set. And it will be Izzy Boulay to serve for the Tornadoes as the Falcons wipe some moisture off the floor. With no score here in set number 2. We do have some official stats coming our way. As Emma Fontana tallied a kill in that first set, Caroline Moon led with 4. Abigail Kelly had 2. And a couple other Tornadoes had 1 each. Jackson Tamicki, Madison Warren, and Milana Hoyle, as well as Izzy Boulay, all had a kill. 7 kills for Madison Tate there in that first set and 7 attacks. She was efficient and effective there in set number 1. Izzy Boulay will serve to kick off set number 2. Goes to Favasi on the back row. Now set up McGrath in the middle. Boulay there with the dig on the back row. Now far side, Milana Hoyle off the hands of the middle blockers, but kept alive by McGrath. Ryan pushes it far side. Denied at the net is Hussey, and it's kept alive for a moment, but it goes down. Point Tornadoes. Actually, it was Gabby Gamble on the far side, I believe, who was denied at the net. Faith Miller also there. And it's 1-0 Brevard. Izzy Boulay will serve once again for the Tornadoes. She sends it over to Favasi on the back row. Ryan at the net towards McGrath. Now Moon, nice play to get back to that one. Now White near side for Kelly. Tries to go back row, but missed the back line. Point Falcons, and Pfeiffer will get its first serve of this second set with Gabby Gamma. Gamma's serve is strong past the back line. Point Tornadoes. The service error for the Pfeiffer University Falcons. As Kelly will serve for the Tornadoes, his back row for Gamma. Now in the middle, Faith Miller to the back row for Lily White. Boulay sets up Moon near side. Was she blocked, or did it go in the net? I believe it went to the net. Actually, the block was past the sideline. It was hard to see here, so point Brevard, and it's 3-1 Tornadoes as Kelly keeps the serve. Goes back row for Gamma. Ryan sets up far side Favasi. Favasi finds some hardwood on the back row. White and Kelly, miscommunication there, and it's 3-2. Faith Miller will serve for Pfeiffer with the Falcons trailing 3-2. Goes back row for White. Boulay near side Moon, a strong swing off the hands of the middle blockers, and Miller got there, but no other Falcons could. Point Brevard. And another kill for Caroline Moon. Lily White will serve. As Emma Fontana checks back in, Jackson Tamicki heads out. White's serve just misses the far sideline. Point Falcons, it's 4-3. Whistles blow. We have a couple subs coming in for the Falcons. Kelsey Hussey checks back in, as does Abby Lewis, sending Hayden McGrath and Carmen Ryan to the bench as Hussey will serve. Hussey's serve goes back row for Kelly. Boulay sets up Hoyle far side, rolls it over the middle blockers as Hussey goes to Lewis. Now White towards Boulay. Boulay sets up Moon, who pokes it towards Favasi. On the back row, Izzy Boulay is there on a strong swing from Gabby Gamma. Now Moon, a huge swing, goes off the hands of Tate and Lewis and finds the far side hardwood. Point Tornadoes, it's 5-3 in favor of Brevard as Hoyle checks out and Ketcher checks in for the first time. She'll serve. Kylie Ketcher sends a serve to the back row for Gabby Gamma. Now Hussey sets up Tate in the middle, and she is 8 for 8. 8 kills and 8 attacks for Madison Tate. And it's 5-4. What a game it's been so far for Madison Tate as she's eclipsed 600 career kills. She's at 606 with her 8 kills tonight. Molly Wright will serve. Send it to the back row for Ketcher. Now Boulay Near side Moon off the hands of the middle blockers, but Wright was there. Hussey pokes it far side for Gabby Gamma, and she's crafty with the attack and scores. 5 apiece between Brevard and Pfeiffer in this first set. As Wright will serve again. She sends a serve to the back row for Abigail Kelly. Boulay calls everybody off and pushes it towards Caroline Moon, who's denied at the net. But it's kept alive by Brevard. Now play at the net. Boulay able to poke it over, but Lewis gets the kill. Point Falcons, and Pfeiffer takes its first lead of the second set at 6-5. Wright keeps a serve for Pfeiffer and sends it towards Abigail Kelly. Boulay now far side for Fontana, goes awkwardly off her hands, and too many touches on the Brevard side of the floor. Point Falcons at 7-5. Nice little run here for Pfeiffer here in this second set. It's a little time to wipe some moisture off the floor on the Brevard side. Wright ready to tee up the serve with the right hand. She sends it over towards Kylie Ketcher. Boulay races after it towards Caroline Moon, who tries to go cross court, but Gamma's there. Now Hussey towards right, and it goes off the top of the net. Point Brevard, and it's 7-6. Moon will head back to serve for Brevard as the Tornadoes trail by 1. Moon serve goes back row for Wright. Hussey sets up the attacking Madison Tate. That's the first time she's been denied tonight as Gamma sends it back over. Now Boulay near side for Abigail Kelly. Hussey sets up Lewis, who tries to go cross court, but it hits smack dab on the USA South logo out of bounds. Point Tornadoes, and we're back tied at 7 apiece. Moon keeps the serve for Brevard. And a tie score here in the second set. This time the serve goes past the near sideline and out of play. Point Falcons, and it's 8-7. Gabby Edwards will do the serving duties for the Falcons with an 8-7 advantage. The serve goes off the hands of Kylie Ketcher and down. Point Falcons, a service ace for Gabby Edwards. The Falcons lead back to 2. Gabby Edwards with her second service ace tonight. As this time she sends it past the back line out of play. Point Tornadoes as Jackson Tamicki checks back in. And Lily White will head to the bench with Emma Fontana to serve. Fontana serve, back row. Set up at the net. Fontana with a dig on the back row. Moon to Kelly near side. Tries to go back row, but she missed the back line. Point Falcons. It's 10-8. Carmen Ryan checks back in, as well as Hayden McGrath, as Hussey and Lewis head to the bench. Ryan will serve with a 2-point lead in favor of the Pfeiffer Falcons. Goes back row for Caroline Moon. Boulay tries to dump, but Edwards is there. Ryan pushes it towards another Falcon. Now a big swing in the net by Gamma. She scores. Point Falcons. 11-8 your score here in set number 2. Again, Pfeiffer took set number 1, 25-18. The Falcons off to another decent start here in this second set. Ryan serves, goes off the top of the net towards Kylie Ketcher. Now Boulay towards Tamicki, who gets just enough on it and finds a hardwood. Point Brevard, and the Tornadoes get the serve back down just 2. Hoyle checks in, Ketcher heads to the bench. Izzy Boulay will do the serving duties for Brevard. Again, Boulay eclipsed 1,000 career assists. It's just her sophomore season. She's been a cornerstone for Abby Pardee and her team. Her serve goes back row towards Molly Wright. Now far side, Gabby Gamma. White towards Boulay. Boulay far side. Hoyle, a strong swing off the hands of Gamma and Miller. Point Tornadoes, a kill from Alana Hoyle, the freshman out of Rocky Mount, Virginia. Came in this contest with 55 kills. She's had a really nice freshman campaign as Boulay's serve goes towards Edwards on the back row. Now Ryan far side, McGrath. White's there with a dig. Boulay sets up to Mickey, kept alive by the Falcons at the net. Moon to Boulay. Boulay far side. Hoyle again. This time she's blocked and it's kept alive for a moment, but no further. Point Falcons, Gabby Gamma and Faith Miller combine on the far side. And Pfeiffer gets the serve back, leading 12-10. Gabby Gamma will serve for Pfeiffer. 2-point lead here in this second set as Honesty Favasi checks back in. Molly Wright heads to the bench. Gamma sends over the serve, back row for White. Goes over now, Ryan towards Lily White. Boulay sets up in the middle for Moon. Ryan's there on the back row with a dig. Now Edwards, near side McGrath. Boulay towards the net for Hoyle. She puts in the net. Point Falcons. Just wasn't close enough for Hoyle to get her full strength on it there. And the Falcons keep the serve. Gabby Gamma will serve again with a 3-point lead. Goes to Moon on the back row. Now Boulay sets up in the middle for Jackson to Mickey. She's denied but gets it over herself. Near side for McGrath. She overpowers Milana Hoyle. Actually, it's going to be a net violation on Hayden McGrath. Point Tornadoes. She didn't think so. Pfeiffer was celebrating the point. Brevard with a delayed celebration. Gets back within 2. Sends Abigail Kelly back to serve once again for Brevard as her serve goes into the net. Point Pfeiffer. 14-11 your score between Pfeiffer and Brevard here in this second set, with the Falcons leading 1-0. As Faith Miller will serve. Goes back row for White. Boulay pushes it towards the net for Moon, near side. She's denied, but it goes out of bounds. Point Tornadoes, a kill for Caroline Moon. And Lily White gets the serve back. So Mickey checks out for Brevard. Emma Fontana back in for the Tornadoes. White serve goes into the net. Point Falcons back-to-back turns with a serve that Brevard comes up empty with service errors as Lewis and Hussey check back in. And Hussey will serve with the Falcons leading by 3. Her serve goes back row for Moon. Boulay sets up in the middle. Fontana's blocked, but White's right there. Boulay near side for Moon, tries to go across court. Favasi's there. Now Hussey in the middle for Gamma. White near side for Moon, goes off the hands of Hussey and out of play. Point Tornadoes, a big point there to get the serve back down just 2 points.
Serving number 26.
Kylie Ketcher will head back to serve for the Tornadoes. Going to claw back here in this second set, even the set score up at 1. Ketcher serve, back row for Gamma. Hussey, far side, Favasi, a strong swing off the hands of Kelly. White racing after him as well as Ketcher, but neither can get there. Point Falcons. You see the effort from the Tornadoes trying to get to these free balls. As Molly Wright checks back in, Honesty Favasi heads to the bench. As Molly Wright tees up the serve for Pfeiffer. Goes off the top of the net. Ketcher can't get there. A service ace for Molly Wright. And it's 17-13. Timeout. Brevard will take a break with them. The Tornadoes trail by 4 as we near the end of this second set. We'll be right back.
over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Back here at the Bosch, Tornadoes trail 17-13 as Molly Wright keeps the serve out of the Brevard timeout. Pfeiffer looking to take a commanding 2-0 lead as Wright sends a serve over. Ketcher and White both there as Boulay sets up Fontana, who puts it over the top. Lewis is there now. Gabby Gamma back row for Kylie Ketcher. Boulay pushes it near side. Moon with the swing. Now Tate, she's denied. Kept alive by the Tornadoes. Boulay rolls it over. Hussey in the middle for Tate. She's too strong on the swing. And the first attacking error for Madison Tate results in a Brevard point, and it's 17-14. Moon will serve again for Brevard. Tornadoes trailing by 3. This serve goes off the top of the net. Point Falcons. 3 straight service turns with an error for Brevard, proven to be costly here in this second set. 18-14 Falcons, with Gabby Edwards heading back to serve. Edwards sets up the serve with the right hand, sends it over to Kylie Ketcher on the back row. Boulay to Fontana in the middle, kept alive by the Falcons. Now far side, a swing for Gamma. The Tornadoes able to receive it. Now a dump. I believe that was Boulay or Fontana. Couldn't quite tell. Nonetheless, point Tornadoes. And Brevard earns the serve back. Emma Fontana will serve for Brevard. It's a strong serve to Gamma on the back row. Hussey sets up near side for Lewis, off the hands of Kelly and down. Point Falcons as Lewis overpowers Abigail Kelly, and it's 19-15. Carmen Ryan will serve with the Falcons leading by 4. She sends it over with her right hand, back row for Ketcher. Too strong on the reception, but it's kept alive by Boulay. Now near side Kelly. Ryan in the middle, a swing, and it's down off the hands of Ketcher. That time was Faith Miller in the middle, and it's 20-15. Pfeiffer getting closer, taking a 2-0 lead, a 25-18 victory in set 1 as Ryan sends a serve to the back row for Moon. Boulay sets up near side Kelly. Wright's there on the back row. Now Ryan, far side for Gamma. Strong swing. White with a textbook dig, but the Tornadoes can't connect at the net between Boulay and Tamiki. Point Falcons. And Pfeiffer keeps his serve with Carmen Ryan. Ryan serves to Moon. Now Boulay tries a dump, and it's kept alive by Pfeiffer. Edwards gets it over. What a job by the Falcons as Boulay plays near side. Kelly, was it tipped? No, it was not. Point Pfeiffer. As I said earlier, keep the ball in play and good things happen. Edwards able to do it right there as Elise McIntosh checks back in. Kelly heads to the bench. And it's 22-15 Falcons, with Ryan continuing her serve turn. This one goes back row for Moon. Boulay sets up to Mickey in the middle. Strong swing, but the Falcons were right there. Miller and McGrath combine, and it's 23-15. An impressive run here for Carmen Ryan on the serve. As it goes back row for Caroline Moon. Now Boulay sets up Moon. A little bit of a collision between her and White. Now near side for McGrath. Boulay, a nice dig to Mickey. Tried to dunk it down, but she could not. Point Falcons, it's 24-15. Set point coming up as the Falcons look to take a commanding 2-0 lead over the hosting Brevard College Tornadoes. Ryan serves back row for Moon. Boulay sets up McIntosh near side. A strong swing. She high pointed it and got it past Gabby Edwards on the back row. Point Tornadoes to keep this set alive. It's 24-16. Milana Hoyle checks back in. Kylie Ketcher heads to the bench for Brevard with Izzy Boulay to serve. Boulay sends a serve over back row for Molly Wright. Now Boulay. White towards Milana Hoyle, who's just able to get it over and keep the point alive. Far side Gamma, too strong on the swing, I believe, and it's out of play. Point Tornadoes, and Brevard keeps the serve. Let's see if the Tornadoes are able to somehow get this set back. Again, the Falcons need just one to close it out. As Boulay sends a serve over back row for Wright. Now Ryan pushes it far side for Gamma, a strong swing. She finds the hardwood. Point Falcons, set Falcons. 2-0 in favor of Pfeiffer. As we'll head to the third set, Pfeiffer looks to close it out, but Brevard, as it has done all season, will look to battle back. We'll be right back.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Back here at the Bosch, the Tornadoes trail the Pfeiffer Falcons 2-0 right here on the YouTube live stream. Again, all Tornado athletic events, home athletic events, are available here on YouTube, free of charge to stream. And whether you're a Falcon or a Tornado, I hope you're enjoying this edition of Brevard College Volleyball. I want to remind you some things we got coming up. The Tornadoes football team on the road this week in a lengthy road trip to Belhaven and Jackson, Mississippi. Talked to Bill Kite about that last night on Tornado Talk. That's a really fun thing we do every Monday night, 7 to 8 o'clock. We've talked to Abby Party a handful of times already this season. And that's a fun thing that we do on Monday nights. Thursday night, the men's soccer reserve team will be in action at Ives Lamel Family Field. And then Saturday, the men's soccer team is back at home to host Methodist. It's a little bit lighter of a weekend. Next weekend will be the polar opposite with homecoming on the horizon. And that'll be a lot of fun, so I hope you join us for some of those games. Tornadoes will take on Southern Virginia in football. We've got a couple other athletic events that day as well. Back out for set number 3 between the Tornadoes and the Falcons. Brevard will look to push it to a 4th set. So far tonight, there hasn't been too many ties or lead changes. 2 ties in the first set, 3 in the second, and only a 1 lead change per set. Pfeiffer fell behind early, but has clawed back and had control the remainder of the set throughout tonight, as Carmen Ryan will start off the third set with the serve. She had a nice run of serves there in set number 2. She'll serve to kick off this third set. Pfeiffer trying to lead Brevard with a sweep, but Brevard has made it a challenge for visiting teams to close them out, and will look to do so again tonight to avoid falling to 1-3 in the USA South. Carmen Ryan ready to serve for the Falcons. Goes back row for Gianna Borsic, who checks in for the first time. Caroline Moon, a near side swing. Now Gabby Edwards, far side for Hayden McGrath. She overpowers Jackson Tamicki and Milana Hoyle. Point Falcons. Ryan keeps the serve for Pfeiffer, who takes the early advantage here in this third set. Ryan sends over the serve, goes back row for Lily White. Now Boulay, a little bit errant of a set for Hoyle, but she's able to roll it over. Now in the middle for Faith Miller, Borsic on the back row. Now Moon tries to poke it over, but cannot. Point Falcons. 2-0 your score here in this third set. Ryan keeps a serve for Pfeiffer. And she sends it into the net with the right hand. Point Tornadoes. A service error gets the Tornadoes to serve for the first time here in set 3. And Caroline Moon will serve. I believe Elise McIntosh has checked in. As Moon serve goes back row. Now Ryan sets up Miller, who pokes it. No, a call at the net, and it's a point for the Tornadoes. So Moon keeps the serve for Brevard. It's 2 apiece as Moon sends a serve over to Gamma. Now in the middle, a big swing by McGrath, and Moon unable to handle. Point Falcons. 3-2 your score as the Falcons and Gabby Gamma get the serve back. Honesty Favasi will check back in. With Gamma to serve. Gamma serves to the back row for White. Now Boulay far side, Elise McIntosh. Ryan's there with a dig. Now Edwards to McGrath, tries to go near sideline, and she missed it. Point Tornadoes. 3 apiece now as Brevard and Lily White will get the serve. Three to 3 your score here in this third set. Brevard needs it to force a 4th set, down 2-0 here inside Boshamer Gymnasium. White sends a serve over, goes back row for Edwards. Ryan sets up Miller off the hands of Boulay and down. Point Falcons as Faith Miller gets the kill. It's her 3rd of the night to give the Falcons a 4-3 edge. Edwards will serve for the visiting Falcons as Pfeiffer has the lead back. Boulay sets up in the middle. Fontana off the hands of Ryan. Gamble was there. Now Edwards tried to punch at it but couldn't get it to the net. Point Brevard. Kirkland Hudler will check in for the first time, and she'll serve. As we're back knotted up at 4. Hudler serves the right hand off the top of the net and down. McGrath couldn't get there, and Hudler makes an impact. And her first action tonight gets a service ace and gives Brevard the lead back, 5-4. Hudler serves, back row for Gamma. Now Ryan sets up Tate in the middle. She's blocked. I believe Elise McIntosh used her face, and she scores. Point Tornadoes. As McIntosh is asked if she is all right, she confirms as Hudler serves again. Back row for Gamma. Ryan sets up Favasi, who scores. Strong swing from Honesty Favasi as the Falcons send a couple of subs in. Abby Lewis and Kelsey Hussey check back in.
Number 2.
With Hussey to serve. Hussey tees up the serve with the right hand, sends it back row for Hudler. Now Boulay pushes it far side. McIntosh. Hussey was there. Now Tate once again uses her length to put it down. Point Falcons, another kill for Madison Tate. She was a 7 of 7 early on with attacks. She's since cooled off a little bit, but she's still 9 of 14 on the night. 9 kills for Tate to tie this thing up once again. Now the serve, Boulay got to it. McIntosh keeps it in play. Now whistles blow. And Elise McIntosh is on the other side of the floor. Point Falcons. A service ace for Hussey. That gives Pfeiffer a 1-point lead. 7-6 your score here in this third set. As Hussey's serve goes off the hands of Hudler, kept alive. Now McIntosh far side. Overpowers Tate and Lewis. Point Tornadoes. And back and forth we go here in this third set. You never know what Brevard will do when it falls behind, but then if it's able to bring it back, the Tornadoes have been able to make some things happen here inside the Bosch. Gianna Borsich will serve with Gamma poking it towards Favasi, who just tries to dump over the free ball, and she does. Far side Moon, she finds a hardwood. Point Brevard, the lead's back with the Tornadoes as Caroline Moon tallies another kill. It's her 10th of the night. Caroline Moon has been active, 32 total attacks as Borsich serve goes back row. Now Tate, she's denied. Point Tornadoes. Fontana was there along with Caroline Moon, and Brevard's lead is 9-7. Really nice job there in the middle. As Gianna Borsich, who hasn't seen all that much action coming into this match, has done a really nice job as Favasi goes back row to Borsich. Far side now Moon, back row. Kept alive at the net, Fontana. Favasi tried to swing. Borsich there again on the back row. Far side Caroline Moon tries to go cross court, but Favasi's right there. Now Tate once again just puts it down. Point Falcons on another kill from Madison Tate. Molly Wright will check back in. Honesty Favasi checks out. And Wright will do the serving duties with a 9-8 lead in favor of the Tornadoes. Back row for Kirkland Hudler. Boulay sets up at the net for Fontana. She's denied, but it's kept alive for a moment. Tate was there. Now Tate will try again. Hudler's there with the dig. Boulay far side for Moon. She's denied. It's kept alive off the top of the net, and it will fall on Brevard's side. Point Falcons, I believe it'll be another kill for Madison Tate, who's up to 11 on the evening, and we're tied up at 9. Right to serve again. Goes back row for Borsich. Now far side, Caroline Moon. She tries to swing, goes off the hands of the middle blockers. Wright is there. Now Gamma tries to go cross court. White wisely watches it go out of play. Point Tornadoes. Talking about Gianna Borsic, she's only played in 9 sets this season, making her 10th. And she's just been really effective on that back row as White checks out for the Tornadoes. Fontana serve off the hands of Edwards and over the head of the Pfeiffer bench. Point Tornadoes on a strong serve from Emma Fontana. 11-9 your score as the Tornadoes have to start with 1 set, and then you go from there. As Fontana serve, another strong one, but Wright was there that time. Now Lewis tries to swing. She's denied by Moon and Tamicki on the far side. Point Tornadoes, and Brevard leads 12-9. First time out of the night for Pfeiffer, and we'll take a timeout with them. Brevard leads 12-9 here in the 3rd set, trying to push it to a 4th. We'll be right back.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Back here at the Bosch, Pfeiffer burns its first time out of the night. Really haven't felt a need to call one until now. Brevard leads 12-9 over the Pfeiffer Falcons here in this 3rd set. Emma Fontana keeps the serve for Brevard. The Tornadoes out in front 12-9. Fontana's been strong in this turn. As she is so, again, a rocket of a serve that just misses the back line. Point Falcons. You rode the hot hand there with Emma Fontana. So keep doing what you're doing. That time just a little too strong. Can't really blame her there. She checks out. And Lily White checks in for her. Madison Tate will serve. There's back row Kirkland Hudler. Now Boulay sets up in the middle for Tamicki. Kept alive by White, far side for Caroline Moon off the hands of Lewis, but she keeps it alive. Now Tate to Gamma. Hudler's there on the dig. Now far side Moon tried to poke it over, but cannot. Point Falcons. It's 12-11 in favor of Pfeiffer, in favor of Brevard, but Pfeiffer out of the timeout has scored back-to-back points to bring it within 1. Tate sends a serve off the top of the net. Hudler's there to receive. Now far side Caroline Moon tries a strong swing, but it's too strong. Point Falcons, and we're tied at 12 as the Falcons did exactly what they wanted to do out of the timeout, and that was get this back to a tie as Tate sends a serve over with the right hand, back row for Borsic. Now near side Tamicki. Set up near side again for Gamma. Goes off the hands of Borsic. White couldn't get there. Point Falcons. 4 straight points out of the break for the Pfeiffer Falcons to take the lead back, 13-12. Tate serves back row for Kirkland Hudler. Borsic rolls it towards Moon, who pokes it over the top of the middle blockers. Now Tate rolls it over off the hands of Hudler and down. Point Falcons, not the typical attack we've seen tonight from Madison Tate, but it gets the job done. And she keeps the serve. 14-12 Pfeiffer as the run continues. Back row Hudler, now Izzy Boulay, far side for Caroline Moon. A strong swing. Did she find the near sideline? Yes, she did. Caroline Moon, a powerful swing to importantly get Brevard the serve back and stem the tide of that run. And it's 14-13 with Izzy Boulay to serve. Really nice job by Moon as Tate checks out in favor of Gabby Edwards, who's back in. And Boulay will tee up the serve with Brevard trailing by 1 as the Falcons get some leftover moisture off the floor. Always important to do that. And both teams have had good awareness of that tonight. as Miller wipes it up. And Boulay will prepare to serve. Izzy trying to get this one back tied up in this third set again. Pfeiffer leads 2-0 here in the Bosch. Boulay's serve, an arcing one, back row for Edwards. Now near side, Gamma tries to go cross court. Caroline Moon's there. Now Boulay near side, Hoyle finds a hardwood. Went right through Miller and Gamma. Point Tornadoes. 14 apiece as Boulay keeps the serve for Brevard. Goes back row for Gamma, strong off the hands as Hussey poked it over. Now Edwards will retrieve. Lewis goes back row for Borsich. Set up far side for Moon, and she can't get it over with the left hand. Point Falcons. 15-14 your score. The Falcons get the serve back. As Carmen Ryan will check back in to serve. Ryan tees up the serve, and it's a short one. White can't get there, and Ryan has another service ace. Carmen Ryan, actually, that's her first of the night, but she has been good with the serve. Had a long run last set, and she gives the Falcons a 2-point lead. Her serve goes back row for Borsich. Boulay now near side, Moon. Moon rolls it over McGrath. One off her hands and down. Point Tornadoes. And Brevard able to get the serve back as Moon will head back to serve. Gianna Borsich checks out. And some really good minutes delivered by Gianna Borsich. Elise McIntosh will check back in again. This is a very young Tornado team. A lot to be excited about as Moon's serve goes out off the top of the net and out of play. Point Falcons. 17-15 on a service error for the Tornadoes. As Honesty Favasi will check back in, as well as, for the first time checking in, Megan Mowry. Mowry will serve for Pfeiffer. As her serve goes back row for Lily White. Boulay near side Hoyle, a strong swing. But the Falcons are right there. Now Favasi goes far side for Lily White. Boulay sets up in the middle for Moon, who rolls it over the top and scores. Really crafty from Caroline Moon. That's the one thing the Tornadoes have done a really good job about all season, is just mixing up the attacks, not going with the same speed and power every time. As Lily White will serve with the Tornadoes trailing by just one. Back row for Gabby Edwards, Carmen Ryan to Mowry. Boulay near side, Hoyle, a strong swing, but it's out of play. The Tornadoes thought that was tipped. She thought it went off the top of her head. The Tornadoes pretty adamant about that, but I don't think they're going to get the call, as the two officials will discuss. And the point goes to Brevard. It went off the top of the head of a certain Falcon. I'm not exactly sure who it was, but again, Brevard was very adamant about getting that point, and they will at the end of the day. White keeps the serve, and we're tied at 17. Big turn of events there for Brevard as White sends a serve back row for Edwards. Now Ryan sets up Miller at the net. Boulay is there, diving to keep that point alive. McIntosh off the hands of the middle blockers. Now Ryan, far side for McGrath. Really nice dig by Lily White as Boulay pushes it for McIntosh. Mowry on the back row keeps it in play. Now Favasi, a strong swing off the hands of Boulay and down. Point Falcons, and Pfeiffer has the lead back 18-17. Gabby Edwards will serve with a 1-point lead. As it goes back row for McIntosh. Now Boulay sets up near side. Hoyle pokes it over the top, but there was Edwards. Favasi near side. Now Boulay pushes it far side for McIntosh. Mowry really nice on the back row to keep it alive. Favasi, a strong swing, and she finds a far corner. Honesty Favasi with a nice kill, and it's 19-17 Falcons. Brevard burns a timeout. trailing by 2. We'll be right back to see if the Tornadoes can keep it alive.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Back here at the Bosch, the Falcons need 6 points to close this one out. It's 19-17 Falcons in what's been a pretty back and forth third set. Gabby Edwards to serve for the Pfeiffer Falcons. She sends it towards Moon on the back row, strong off her hands and down. Point Falcons, a service ace for Gabby Edwards. And it's 20-17. Edwards to serve once again for Pfeiffer. First serve goes back row for Moon. Boulay sets up Fontana in the middle. A strong swing, but nice job by the middle blockers to slow it down. Far side, McGrath too powerful. The Falcons thought that was tipped, and now the call will be confirmed. Brevard got a piece of it. Point Falcons, and it's 21-17. So this set, both teams have had a successful appeals. And Pfeiffer the benefactor that time. Edwards serve, back row for Moon. Now near side, Hoyle, a strong swing. Great dig by Ryan. As Favasi tries to swing, she scores. 22-17. And the Falcons are closing in on a sweeping victory. And Brevard burns its final timeout. We'll see what last breath the Tornadoes have on the other side. 22-17, Falcons. And we'll take a quick break and be right back.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Back here at the Bosch, Pfeiffer needs 3 to sweep this one inside Boshemer Gymnasium, and Gabby Edwards keeps the serve. After Honesty, Favasi gets the kill to send us to a timeout. Boulay sets up far side. Elise McIntosh gets off the hands of the middle blockers, but kept alive by Mowry. Ryan pushes it towards Favasi. Did she find the back line? No, she did not. Point Tornadoes, an important point to get the serve back with Kirkland Hudler likely checking in to serve, and she will. Milana Hoyle heads to the bench. And Hudler, a little bit of a serve specialist on this team. With 9 service aces on the season, the Tornadoes will take a moment to wipe up some moisture on the hardwood. The Tornadoes have been able to this season, as I mentioned, go down early, but battle back. The Falcons trying to eliminate any opportunity for Brevard to do that tonight. Needing only 3 points here in set 3. Hudler serves a high arcer to Mowry on the back row. Now Ryan sets up Tate in the middle. A little bit awkward on the jump, not high enough for the tall Madison Tate. And she puts it into the net. Point Tornadoes, 22-19 your score. with Hudler keeping the serve. Hudler sends a serve back row, goes off the hands of Edwards. Service ace for Kirkland Hudler, her 10th of the year. And it's 22-20. You feel the energy start coming back into Boshamer Gymnasium. As Hudler, serve goes over the net. Mowry keeps it alive. Now Boulay sets up Fontana. And she gets it off the hands of Mowry and scores. Point Tornadoes. And it's 22-21. Head coach Heather Schock trying to fire up her team, knowing what Brevard can do if it gets just one set. Hudler serve back row for Edwards. Ryan sets up Tate in the middle. A strong swing off the forearms of Moon. Point Falcons. Back in come Lewis and Kelsey Hussey. Hussey will do the serving duties. 23-21. Pfeiffer, by far the tightest of the 3 sets so far. As Hussey tees up the serve with the right hand. High arcing serve to Caroline Moon on the back row. Now Boulay towards Elise McIntosh. McIntosh tries to go near sideline and it's wide. Point Falcons. Set point, match point for Pfeiffer, looking to escape Boshamer Gymnasium with a sweep. Hussey serve, a short one. White able to receive. Now McIntosh far side. Pokes it over. Now whistles blow. And a violation on McIntosh. Point Falcons. And Pfeiffer sweeps Brevard inside the Bosch. 25-21 in set 3. It was 25-17 in set 2 and a 25-18 tally in the first set. So that'll close out our action here at the Bosch. Tornadoes fall, but again, stay tuned this week. Tomorrow, while the reserves, the reserve soccer team, and then Saturday, the men's soccer team back in action against Methodist. Also, every Monday, tune in to hear from the coaches and athletes on Tornado Talk, 7 to 8 p.m. Thanks for joining tonight. Again, all Brevard College home athletic events stream live here on YouTube, free of charge. Hope to have you join us next time around. For now, Ryan Wilkes signing off. It's been a pleasure. I hope you have a great night.